Mio,
Oh, hey.
ichi, ni, san, yeah. Arigato.
Arigato.
Let me go see if
Hi,
Ichi,
guys.
ni,
my
san,
shit is
yeah.
actually
Arigato.
working and not being shit.
This is what we have today, guys. This is what we have. This is what we're working with. Look, this is this is not the
Okay,
this is
it's
not the
working.
stream I had. This is not the stream I
This is
had
not
planned
the
today,
stream
but
you're
this is
looking for. Well, this actually is
this is not the stream.
this probably is the stream you're looking for. If the I
It
I
is what
should
you're into.
probably make a going live tweet.
You
I
probably
always
should.
forget because I always forget this. Ah.
I always make Kazu do mine. I don't
Well,
like
see, I don't
doing it.
have I don't have a cat boy to make. I don't have a cat boy to tell do everything for me.
Catboy do
I
this,
am the
Catboy
cat
do
boy.
that. You are. Actually, come to think of it, Andrew, I'm always making you do stuff for him too. Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's fine.
Kazu's streaming. I'm not watching. Peace.
Mm,
All right, so rewinding a little bit. Most of you who are here know exactly who I'm with. I have Andrew over here, Epic Shotgun,
mm-hmm.
and
Hello.
Captain Kazuma. Um, we're mostly here for me to complain a lot, and also give some relevant information. Joking
Oh, and
completely
I will bring
aside.
stuff out.
What did you just say
Yeah.
to me? Yes. Um, oh, Panda, I'm so glad that you're here. And so there is a plan. There is still going to be a Final Fantasy stream later, but that is later. I just wanted to because this was supposed to be the non-lecture Sunday, but guess what? We are here because something very ridiculous happened over on Twitch that affected the people before you. Um they say that they changed their TOS, but what Twitch actually did was completely change their contract with their affiliates. And it didn't just affect the big names. It actually mostly affected people who didn't have a lot of time on their hands or couldn't produce consistent content or have to go on leave
They're
frequently.
basically making streaming like a job. Where you have
The
Yeah.
they're
worst,
giving you a quote. And if you don't meet that
no,
quota, you're fucked.
the worst part too is that if you can't even take advertisers from other places, and
They change that.
as stated in like their past well in their past things, they have this thing where it's like you split the money a certain way, and especially like partners, if they reach a certain money threshold, then Twitch just starts taking the rest.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. To give an idea of like what the proportions are like. On my account, it said that there was like an available $20. So you save up money over time and then it would just transfer it to your account or send you a check or whatever have you. So the proportion is I had 20 bucks just sitting there. I would have been paid out $3 if I had been able to take that out. So it's not in the favor of the creator. Panda said that the stream is choppy. I think my internet's acting up again.
Um
It's
Now
incredibly greedy caffeine.
the whole
Also, I'm gonna bring up caffeine in a second here too.
yeah. Can I say something?
Please do.
Um that whole thing with the advertisers, they backpedaled like crazy on that. But they still snuck in the we'll take your affiliate away if we don't think you're good enough clause.
Which I think is absolutely disgusting.
So I have a friend. Here's story time. I have a friend who works at a car wash. Well, this car wash is Twitch incarnate. Or I don't know what way it goes if Twitch is this car wash incarnate or the other way around, but he's getting a promotion to maintenance. He's not maintenance. You want to know why he's getting the promotion? Because he sold their discount, like their membership cards basically. And their actual maintenance guy didn't because he's maintenance. That's not his
uh,
job to sell those cards. But my friend is getting promoted to this other guy's position. Keep in mind, this guy is still getting paid minimum wage, or whatever their starting wage is, not actual maintenance, even though he's the guy that does all the maintenance. Where, since my friend is actually the one selling all of these cards, he's the one getting the promotion, not the guy that actually should be getting the promotion. So
ugh. That's a perfect analogy. That
that's basically
is,
what Twitch is doing.
yeah, actually that's exactly what they're doing. It's very gross. It's very exploitive, and it, yeah, you summed it up
Keep in
perfectly, and my
mind, this
words said
is
it there.
the parent company of Twitch fired 80% of their workers.
I didn't know about that. See, and this is why I wanted to do this little talk, is each one of us had different pieces of information, and this is actually why Caffeine was invited, is she had, like, kinda dug through it as well and knew, like, little bits and pieces too, and she has some really interesting information. She and I will be talking on here down the road as well. Thank you again, Caffeine, for, um, your information that you've given us as well.
I sent a very angry
So
support email to Twitch.
you did, and I
Um,
loved it.
and I I
I loved it.
I actually apologized to the guy that was on into my support. I basically told him, I'm like, look, I want out. I'm not going to pay you any money. And they're just like, you do know that you don't have to pay any money if you're if you voluntarily opt out of the program.
Did I show you
Um,
the email they sent me?
you didn't.
Okay, I thought I did. It said, "Just so you know, you don't have to pay the $25
Yeah, that's
disconnection fee."
that's what they sent me. So we
I
must
thought
not
that
be
was
the
you.
only people getting angry about it.
I'm
But that's
it's
their fault because they don't word this shit good.
no,
Exactly.
and
It's weird. It's
this
weird.
shouldn't be happening in the first place.
Yeah. I shouldn't have to call my aunt who's up in Canada. She's a government lawyer. I shouldn't have to call her and ask her about, hey, what does this agreement mean? I shouldn't have to have a literal fucking lawyer help me or call Twitch's legal department to
No.
understand their POS
Well,
and their
in
agreement.
their defense, at the same time, this is a big multi-million company. So I don't
Yeah,
blame them
but
for that. At the same time,
But
it's
there's
such a pain in the
but
ass to
they
do,
they do understand that they should, okay, release your 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 legal speak, your like official documents, have those
Mhm.
obviously in fucking lawyer speak. I don't like it. And then, have it
lawyer babble.
instead of like, oh, just here you go, here's this document that like 90% of you can't understand. Have fun. They should like post on Twitter like, hey, this is what this means
That's
in
right,
sort of like
Caffeine.
clear-cut layman's terms. And, everybody would
Well,
understand it.
Right here.
it's mainly because of a whole bunch of loopholes. If Twitch were to say, yeah, yada yada, and someone was gonna be like, "Oh, well, what about Now?" And it's like, ugh,
But
It's
that is
their
it's
very
just
fault.
so
true.
That's part of the thing. How it
Just
is.
a second,
yeah.
guys. Something very, very, very important was brought up. A couple of things. First of all, yes, there are large companies that don't behave this way and are extremely successful.
Mhm.
And Caffeine pointed out the fact that, and I forgot about this, Amazon purchased Twitch, which
No.
oh boy. I didn't.
You didn't know
I
that?
think it's one of those things where you know but you didn't know. It's
Mhm.
like, oh, log in with your Prime. I'm like, okay. Um,
Yeah.
And it was probably to be expected. That's what Caffeine said, and I absolutely agree. She makes a perfect point. And then Panda said, "Big Hasbro energy." Absolutely.
Mhm.
They summed it up again very perfectly. I love how poignant my friends are. Um, but that's exactly what this is so many companies get too big for their britches, and then they just start throwing their weight around, and then they wonder when things go bad.
Mhm.
Uh, it's just so yeah. Um, so in the process of all of this, so this had made its way around to me kind of in sections. Andrew, you came at me with basically an email set on fire that you had sent to them, and I was like, "Wow, this
Oh
is
no,
happening."
no, you're the one that you're
Oh no,
so I
caffeine came to me. How did this happen? Wait a minute, I'm now remembering this wrong.
so
This is why I wanted you guys here.
yeah, do you want to hear my part or
Yes.
okay. So I had seen a let me actually pull it off of my tablet. Um let me from me. Can you search for links? YouTube has like or not YouTube, Twitch link. Um no. I guess. Oh no. Okay. I didn't have a link. But basically, I had texted Felix, and I was pissed off about the whole. Oh, you know, m- we're gonna sack you if you don't meet our standards. Um, and she's just like, yeah, yeah, I already know about that, and they're gonna charge you
I don't even
regardless.
know.
And then that is when I sent the email. A very angry email.
I was way too entertained by that thing. I should not have been that entertained, and I think that's what lit the fire under my rear end to
Mhm.
get me to be this overkill about the whole thing. Um, I'm trying to remember exactly how this started. Please excuse me because everything happened very, very quickly, and it just sort of happened, and then it's been this chain of events, and I have not been able to shut up about it. Um, Caffeine had shown me a bunch of the legal stuff, and she helped me process through that. That's right, because then I passed it on to you, and you're just like, "Oh, no," and then, like I said, sent a
Oh
Molotov
hell no.
cocktail too. And then eventually Kazu's like, "Wait, what's going on?" I kind of explained it to him, he's like, "Give me a minute," and he dug through everything because I was not explaining it well,
Mhm.
because I don't you guys know this, as soon as I get to a certain point in technical stuff, I just hit a wall. I don't know what the problem is. Um and Panda had mentioned this is similar to the open gaming license nonsense they had to walk back. It's just self inflicted gunshot wounds that still hurt them in the long term, even if they get a short term payout. That is very completely true. And then Andrew, you're the one who figured out how to like get everything disconnected and all that, and then we collected all that information.
Well,
And
I that was just me in sort of a just in case they want to try and pull some stupid shit. Charge me. I'm going to
Mhm.
delete all of my payment information and start the payout information, delete my payout information and start over a whole thing where you have to go through and agree to the Twitch agreement and submit your tax information. I basically went in and reset all of that. Um, just to kind of make it clear, hey, I don't agree to your current affiliate agreement. Uh, fuck off.
That's exactly what I did, and this is mentioned in my little now, if you wander over to my YouTube, I have it in the little description, and, like, I have a little tutorial on how to detach everything and what to do, and it's my instructions and his instructions and our combined information, but I am gonna show this little infographic I made. Um Oh, hello, Bean. You are just in time.
Oh, hey, Bean.
So, there is a specific website you go to the Twitch support, And this is just an example that I just threw together. So you have the category, which is affiliates, the subcategory is still affiliates, and then you specifically have to have offboarding because, of course, they have to use a Hollywood um, word for this. Um, Onboarding means to sign talent on, offboarding means that your contract is ending. And that's specifically in actually in film. And then me on the other hand, I just simply said, please offboard my account. And I did the same thing. I deleted everything and had sent this. And then you do go kind of back and forth with some emails, and they're just like, oh, just to verify, da 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 da. And they take care of it. And then that's pretty much the end of it, I think.
Mhm.
Now, for me, it still has not been fully deactivated, but I went ahead and detached everything, got everything deleted. Now, a big thing is if you have any custom emotes, I recommend deleting those too, just to be on the safe side. I don't know what they store on their service, and I don't know what I don't know. But the thing is, to me, the artwork that's been given to me is very precious, and I did not want to risk anything, so I got rid of all of that off of there too. And also, ahoy bean properly. So that is what happened. So this is the thing, and it's just the Twitch support, and then this is just a little example. I just wanted to put that up there. It is also, like I said, in the little tutorial, and it's going to have all that information is there. So there's that.
Oh, you're gonna have
Um,
to help me set up. Since
absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
abandoning Twitch.
It's super easy.
You say that after
Fuck
streaming on
this
Twitch.
place.
Yeah, Kazu, you actually followed my little tutorial and it worked fine for you, didn't it?
It did, and plus I've done it before. I've did the when I collabed with Andrew and Hosp or Hoosps. I streamed on YouTube.
Excellent. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's
just a
right. I remembered because Twitch just straight up would not work.
yes. So you know how sometimes when you go on YouTube and you see these tutorials, it's just like all this necessary information. They do all these bells and whistles and all this kind of stuff. I just did the fastest, little quick and dirty, bare bones, minimal, just get it over with tutorial that I possibly could muster, and it works perfectly, apparently.
Hmm.
So I'm actually weirdly proud of it. Um, and I'm very mad about this. So walking this back a little bit too, and yes, Bean, he really did follow I think the main reason he followed is because it's only it's like 2 minutes long, and it's my voiceover. So I
Mhm.
think that's the real reason he did it. um, yes, I vastly enjoy it because someone like me can actually do it. Whereas on Twitch, I had a very hard time getting everything figured out and getting it lined up right. Whereas over here on YouTube, I don't have as many problems. Um, it's just more in tune with my personal, as my friend Ali says, wheelhouse. Um, so there is that. Now that is not to say that YouTube is a perfect platform by any means, no. But
The whole reason why I wanted to stick with Twitch for as long as I did is because I love the channel.
yes, see that's the thing
I
is they
love
don't have things
redeems.
like that. Yeah.
The thing is, YouTube is a video service, not a streaming service. But
Mhm.
They haven't
I'm just
added any
saying,
of that yet.
if they open up to like full streaming,
I
YouTube will
mean,
dominate the market.
they basically are. They just don't have a lot of the creatures that Twitch did because doing live stream
Hmm.
long ass.
Exactly. That's what I'm
So I
saying.
think well, you can get like these little memberships and stuff. I don't know enough about them. I will dig into it a little bit more and I'll probably make another micro tutorial on like how to set all that kind of thing up.
I don't think I will ever do. God forbid I ever become successful making videos or just content stuff. And
I'm very leery about it as well. I just enjoy doing it. I think I think it was Caffeine that recommended Kofi to all of us.
Mhm. Well,
Um
I've already
Epic
been
Games
using it because
Reverse.
like if you want to give, just go to.
Yeah, it's just buy us
If you
coffee
want
if
to
you want
give
to give
me
us money.
money, eat
I
me in the
like that.
street.
The only partner program I want is a cake. I like that. So it's just you I agree that these types of any okay, so again, rewinding this a little bit. Anytime there's a contract involved, be very careful.
Yeah.
Anytime there's money involved, be very careful. It doesn't matter if it's a company or if it's just a team, just any of those things you want to be kind of cautious with. Now, if you have like a trusted group of friends, like we all do business with each other, but also we're a good group of friends who are familiar with each other, and that's a little different. So basically, it's you can almost think of it as a difference between a LTD versus a corporation. So you have to kind of look at it like that. Oh, caffeine. Just be
Hmm.
sure to have two-factor authentication. Somebody got their Kofi hacked recently and resulted in their PayPal being taken from them by the hacker. Thank you, caffeine. Um,
I
I just
hate
want to
people.
highlight that while I saw it, and then a couple other things. Um, Streaming has been on YouTube. You have to have a certain amount of subs for all the extra little bells and whistles, but they are getting there. Kofi hasn't been doing anything, nor PayPal. That happened very recently. Okay, so we'll put a pause. We're gonna put a little pin in Kofi for right now, but to not have two-factor on all these, it's a bit silly to not have it on. I agree. Um, it's the Cosmo made me put this weird authenticator app on my phone, and it's smarter than I am. Surprise,
You just
surprise.
see me
It's
see
not
me
even that
slowly
hard,
fade into the
though.
background. I don't have 2FA on any of these things.
Me
So
neither. I'm just sitting here chilling. I'm like, the only way you guys should pay me is in person. I'll be in the city. You guys
he
will
just
pay
wants
me $5.
no, you want paid in burgers. I know exactly what that is. You want paid in
Yeah,
burgers and burritos. That's all there is to it. No, really, this little cat right here did a bunch of like little random things for me, and I really did pay him with a Wendy's biggie bag. I am not joking. I
worth
Oh,
it.
oh
really
God!
did.
I was going to play the oldest trick in the book on you the other day when I went to Wendy's, because I know Wendy's is your favorite restaurant, favorite fast food, and I was gonna be like, guess where I went? Your favorite food place, and you're gonna be like, oh, Wendy's nuts at your face.
My stuff's like,
Ah. Hmm?
Yes, that is so perfect. I and this is why I hang out with you guys. And Bean, yes, he's very easy to please. Um, so let me think here. I feel like we're missing something. What are we missing?
Uh,
Actually, I think that's
Caffey.
yeah. I wish Kathy was here,
Besides
but
her, what else are we missing?
poor Kathy. I think it's wonderful that she's
Well,
still kind of like hanging out.
yeah. Well, she's tired.
Yeah, she's very tired, and I told her not to worry about it. She still gets hugs though. Yeah, it's
God,
oh,
so
right. So the moral conundrum of this whole thing. So all of this is awful,
oh,
but really,
continue. He'll pop back up.
he'll be here eventually. He's heard this rant
You
from
could
me 80
literally
times.
just get up and yell at him,
Just goes, just grab him. He just
drag
wants
him by
stuff.
his ear into your room.
He just wanders around the observatory like a stray cat. It's like
I
I'm
mean,
taken in and placed. I mean, that's basic. That is what
that's
happened.
literally the story of his life.
This story was so basically this whole thing with
Poor boy.
Twitch disproportionately affects. Well, welcome back.
meow, 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 meow.
Where did you?
Kitty treat. Gotcha.
Yeah, my internet keeps cutting out.
Oh,
It's because I'm all the way at the top of the observatory.
That's true. The internet isn't
troubles.
very good up there.
You guys need to get a better. There, you can literally add another router to your system.
Yeah, we can. It's stupid. Panda has actually a new router for me. It's like a new Google router that'll lock in with the smart system we have here installed at the observatory. But we just haven't like connected to get it all. We haven't gotten it, and we just meh.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the important thing is, so the reason why I've been so bent out of shape is this whole thing disproportionately affects people like the group of us. Now, I mentioned that earlier. As you know, I have some medical issues, we'll say. We're not getting into it. Now, I know I say that every single time, but we're really not getting into it right now, which means that I tend to have longer hiatuses than what I would prefer. Well, people like that are going to get knocked back very badly. So this means people who are chronically ill or have very severe time restraints, they're going to get hit very, very hard with these types of
Practically anybody
rules.
with a life who wants to take
Yes,
breaks and be healthy,
yes.
but
People who
especially
recognize
people
and
who
take care of
have
themselves.
to take breaks to be healthy.
Yeah. And it's just not fair, it's not right,
It's bullshit.
and it is, it really is. And not to mention, just some people just have packed schedules and, just like Andrew just said, have a life in some way. And not to mention there's already this horrible pressure that we have to go, 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 go constantly. And the guilt that I felt when I was under the weather, when I couldn't do very much for all that time, was horrible. Like, I didn't like the way I felt, and these 2 had to hear all about it.
Hmm.
And the
Oh,
guilt
I
that I
know.
felt. Oh, yeah, yeah, you do
Yeah, I
know.
know.
You know
We're in the same
exactly.
boat.
We are. Andrew and I have adjacent, goings-ons, we'll say. Again, when it if
Not
you're
gonna
if
get
you're on
into it
his
right
Twitter,
now.
if you're on his Twitter, you already know what's going on. And I remind myself, I never did I never sent I need to post that video. It's actually kind of funny.
I
But yeah,
never.
we have a
That reminds me. Think actually update about that because I was wrong. You already know what happened.
Yeah, but it's really interesting because when you have adjacent illnesses and you're just sort of like, okay, we got this. This matches. What happened here? Okay, what's going on? It's actually quite funny and it relieves some of that stress from it. But then when you see how it affects other things inside your life, it just makes it worse. And if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And that's
Hmm.
pretty much what Andrew and I've been doing. Is we've just been
Right.
finding ways to be obnoxious about it. And it's been a joy. It's been an
Yeah.
absolute joy.
We
Um,
we we complain like old people sitting on our front porch.
we do. That's what
I'm
I
just
keep
yelling.
saying. We're just every day we just sit on the front porch for a little while. Hear the kids get off our lawn and just complain about stuff, and it's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. And I just realized this is technically the first episode of our podcast.
Oh God, it is.
It is. It is. Oh my goodness. Yes. Welcome to the first episode of Little Black Box. Technically. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Little Black.
Congratulations.
And I sleep on the box.
You are. I know you're sleepy. He's been up since like 4 a.m.
Go to bed.
No, I'm here to support
He,
Felis, my beloved.
He's just like,
he is.
I'll sleep when I'm fucking dead.
That is exactly his attitude.
Yeah, I can tell.
Let me see here. Yeah. This is unrelated. Nest. They're talking about how like there's Panda setting up Nest Wi-Fi forming. Apparently, it's just amazing.
Mm.
We've been putting it off. It's gonna happen eventually, and then all these weird jitters and disconnects and nonsense should stop. And
I've,
hopefully, my phone will actually be able to make calls, and my text won't get
mm.
deleted.
Oh,
So I don't
you
know what
live.
that's.
Yeah, I've lived in a house like that before. Oh, another thing. Um, so what you were talking about earlier with like the just the push to just keep going. Um,
Mhm.
like if you've ever worked in a factory, that is exactly
Ugh.
what it's like.
Mhm.
A factory or a job shop. I was a CNC machine operator for 5 months. That sucked.
Oh
Um,
dear, that does not sound fun.
like it was, it 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 was. I enjoyed being around the
Glad to.
technology because there was a lot of really cool shit, but it was just sort of I wasn't built for that kind of work. I am tiny, and
Andrew, I could hip
yeah,
check you into next week.
yeah. Well, you could hip check Kaz, and he is like
She has. It was pretty great.
I'm sure
I
she
haven't. It's
has.
hilarious.
Um, you could, but you probably shouldn't because I would fall apart.
I would break you. I
Yeah.
would just break you. Hip check. You know that move Princess Peach does in Smash where she grabs a person and she bumps them with her hip and they just go flying? That's a hip check.
That is, yeah. If Felis was ever in like a fighting game, if
Should be
someone
Ash.
modded her into Smash, she would be Peach.
I would be. I absolutely would be. I would be. Retain continuous shift. Nai has so it's not a good habit. It is not a good habit.
Hmm.
Panda, you've been hit checked by me. You just laughed. Now, Panda is a very, very, very tall person and he's very muscular. He just picked me up. He's picked me up like I was
What?
nothing.
What?
Yes. No, you don't understand. Panda is really tall and he's really muscular. He just picked me up with one arm.
That is
How?
crazy. He's cool.
Yes.
I've seen you. You do not. You're. I don't know how to say this politely, but you are.
Go on.
You're
You're very.
delicious,
You're
absolutely delicious, scrum
thick.
diddly dumptious girl. That's what I'm saying.
You're
He is
thick.
stacked
Um.
and adorable.
Effectively, as you see before you is as I am, and that's all there. That's
Yeah.
you two can stop. But
Yeah.
anyways, but yes, and a good
Her
stiff
model.
win
She did a
would.
very good job at making her.
Thank you.
Yeah, true.
So, um, Nai, a good stiff win would make quick work of her too.
Really.
She's about your size. She's a little bit
Really.
taller.
I.
Yeah.
From I've caught like a glimpse of Nai, but
Felix is mad thick.
she seemed like bigger than at
She's
least
just
like 5'6".
yeah. Nai is fairly tall, and what's really funny is I love how we've just completely gone off
Yeah,
topic.
we've completely gone off course. Well, I
I
mean,
think
we
we
pretty much
covered
did
everything.
We
everything.
pretty much covered.
We
Now
pretty
we're
much
just sort
covered
of just
everything, and it's only been half an hour.
an hour. So so we
Enough
probably
then.
I will tell this story and then we can kind of close off stream for now, and then I will be back in about an hour with Panda to do some Final Fantasy. Um, so yes, Nai's about
Right.
she's 5'10", about 175 pounds. I have hit checked her across the kitchen here at the observatory, and I have picked her up and flipped her over me before.
One of your kitchens.
And so yeah, Maria is a thick girl too. Like there's a whole crew of us. Um, but yes, Panda is extremely he's super tall and very muscular. Nai is more like wood elf and svelte. You are just Andrew, you're just frail.
Yeah, I
I
know.
say that I say that lovingly. I say that absolutely lovingly.
I mean, I'm not like skin and bones, but I'm.
No, not at all.
It's
And
the issues
you
though.
Kazu, you are like the syndicated like curvy boy.
He's like a male build of you.
Yeah, he really is.
He's got a dump truck.
It's such a it's such an odd thing to be talking about over here on
Oh,
this
hey,
particular
Panda.
channel.
My panda, not your panda.
Oh, tell him I said hi.
He can hear you.
Or wait, can he
can
hear
hear
me?
you. He's
Hi.
in my chat.
Hi, Pubna Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this real?
Huh?
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
I'd end up being that one scary
I'm
guy
also,
that
I'm
looked
also,
like a bear.
I'm also
Yeah,
looking
being
at I'm also looking at Felix your chat and I see what Bean said and it's true.
Mm.
The
Oh,
latest thing he said.
Kazu got a dump truck. Ah.
It's true.
It is true. Also, Bean, if I remember correctly, see, I have this very strange habit is I keep track of my friend's height. I think it's so I can keep like a really good like mental image of everybody.
But at their
And
birthdays.
I remember
Cough,
birthdays by
cough.
season. Stop it, you. So Bean, I believe, is the second, either the tallest or second tallest compared to Pubna Panda. Um, he is a very tall guy, and again, he is just like strong, and you don't want to mess with him either. And it's just, I don't know. It's like, you know what they always say, like when you have a good-looking person and all their friends are hot. That's kind of how I feel.
Oh, geez. I
Well, it's
mean,
all my friends are good looking. You, you can't say I'm wrong.
I'm
You guys are
for
all cute.
real.
Caffeine's cute. Gija's cute. Everyone's like Gija. I wish Gija
have
was
you
here.
seen the picture of Jija upside down in the clothes hamper? That is my favorite pic of her.
No. She is so hilarious. I wish she was here. But I love my friends so
We
dearly, and
really
they're
need
all
to
so
save this
cute.
for another like episode of the podcast.
Yes. So actually, this would be a really good one. Is actually talking about that, about builds and like relativity between them and all that kind of
Mhm.
thing. This is actually a pretty good one. Bean,
I
I'm
am.
talking to
I have
my
become.
panda through the chat because he doesn't have audio. Is he at? I think he might be at work. I'm gonna ask him.
I have become very sleepy and such. I will
Oh.
end the call and take a quick nap.
Well,
Go
I think this is
take a
the
nap.
perfect time to end stream, seeing as we have done nothing but cuts about for about 10 minutes now.
Hmm.
We became completely off topic. It was like,
Yeah.
fuck Twitch. Anyways, so we're all
Anyway,
both amazing babies.
Yes.
And,
my next stream will be on YouTube.
And we'll get I will help get everybody set up, so it's fine. It's fine. Thank you for helping me get this out of my system, because I know I've been insufferable with this, but it's just a subject that these things are important.
mhm.
All
Adios.
right, well,
Buenas
rest
noches.
well, everybody. I love you all. Take care. So there's all that. So I will see everyone later. I will be back for the Final Fantasy stream around 5:30-ish. And there you go. All right, take care, everyone.
All right, I'm gonna head out to Yeet.